Yay!
FD.
It looks like we're going to be starting on FD, which isn't much more excited, but considering we've seen Smashville 3 times in a row, definitely good change of pace. As we're going to be seeing Tiny on the Jigglypuff, and that is going to ring more and more of a bell for me. That seems very familiar. Bakko on that comfortable Shulk. Looks like no Pyramithra quite yet. This is an interesting matchup, especially if Bakko relies a lot on that speed Monado.
Yeah, certainly. I think, okay, so I have a little bit of familiarity with this matchup, actually. I saw it at a weekly of mine. Pretty much the way it goes is Shulk kind of just stands in place, or drifts, depending on how Jigglypuff is in, or how far Jigglypuff is in. And what Puff has to do is basically prevent the wall from starting up. So Shulk, of course, stubbing high startup moves. Puff, on the other hand, has a couple quick moves on her own, and of course she has the airspeed to combat a lot of the drift, and so it becomes kind of like a reaction versus kind of responsive type of matchup, where it's like the Jigglypuff will have to go in as soon as they can, and the Shulk will have to wait for that action, punish recording.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, there's going to be a lot of patience coming out from the Shulk if they want to find the value, but just backslashing into a dash attack, sometimes that's all it's going to take. Goes immediately for that Smash Monado, trying to find some great damage early on, and yeah, grab and forward throw. That's all it takes, especially in somebody's light as Jigglypuff, who's just vibing at 100%. Now it's going to be a very close matchup, 17-16. Now we see a little bit of a lead coming from Tiny, but not big enough. Is a great kind of forward air combo there comes out from Bakko.
Yeah, and we saw that speed art that we were talking about earlier. Definitely doing a lot of things for Bakko there in neutral.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a lot of great aggression coming out from both these players as they're trying to find kind of that middle ground of where they want to go. If either of them overcommit, that could cost them an entire stock, so it's a very slow game, a lot of patience, and at this point you're kind of trying to play ahead of your opponent rather than on par with them or in the moment. You want to be playing proactively rather than reactively.
Yeah, certainly.
Oh, just barely able to make it there with that air dodge.
Alright, jab block.
Oh, let's see the rest, please. Oh no, we're gonna go for forward smash. No rest online quite yet, which to be fair, kind of would have been a throw, but that doesn't mean I didn't want to see it. So Tiny is gonna be at 0% again, so every time they get a kill on Bakko, Bakko takes one right back.
Yeah, so perhaps the rest could have worked, because regardless.
Yeah, fair enough. Now that Buster art going to be coming out from Bakko, able to get a little bit more damage in here and there. And Tiny, I feel, doing a great job just avoiding a majority of Bakko's hits.
Yeah, certainly. There's a lot of good spatial awareness coming from Bakko's part versus Tiny.
Absolutely, and it looks like we're going to be seeing Bakko now 60%. Tiny going to be jumping right over that 70 mark. That Smash art going to be coming out. Possibly going to go for an offstage game. And Tiny, I thought sent it just a little bit too far, but no, is going to be able to make it back with that air dodge again. Now playing that ledge game, just desperately trying not to get their head taken off. Now sitting at 77%, 85. Caught off stage. It looks like we see the speed art coming out, which I'm going to assume was a misinput because there's no real reason to utilize that in that setup there.
All right, nice tech. Gets the grab. Gets him off stage. Let's see. Any art? No.
Oh, Tiny. No! Tiny gets caught on ledge, lives another day though, and now you're in a tough spot here. Getting out of this is going to be pretty difficult using those invincibility frames. Going to get grabbed and forward thrown with the smash art. You are not getting out of that one, my friend. Tiny puts up a valiant fight, but we see Bakko with that early first stage win.
Take a look here.
I really thought that Tiny was gone after that initial kill, and then a little less anticlimactic goes into that smash art into forward throw. I mean, it works out. It gets the job done, but it's not nearly as fun to watch. Tiny playing Jigglypuff, I think last time I saw them, which I can hardly remember, I think they only play Jigglypuff. Don't quote me on that. That's just kind of an opinion. But I'm pretty sure we're only going to be seeing that Jigglypuff come out. And Marquette, they only have one more player after this. So if they're able to take the win here, if Tiny is able to perhaps win the second and third round, I think that puts them in a pretty comfortable lead, if not a guaranteed win. And then Quinnipiac, if of course Bakko is able to win this, which right now is looking very doable, this could still go anybody's way.
Certainly. And I think most of all, I think Bakko is really taking advantage of the fact that Puff is, of course, a very light character, and so when you condition a character like Puff to shield, that's where you can kind of go for your grab stuff. And sometimes the combos might not quite work because she's so light, but then there are other moments where the combos actually work at earlier percents than normal. And an example of that would be that Smash Minato art F throw right there. Just conditioning shield with the forward air, some back air, nair, whatever aerial Shulk has, and then proceeding to go to Smash art and getting an F throw. The counterplay of that is predicting what the Shulk is going to do with that art. So if they're using speed, they're most likely going to dash towards you. If they're using jump, they're most likely going to camp you. And if they're using smash and they're going to try to kill you with the throw, the best thing you can do is spot dodge and potentially get a spot dodge punish.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's as simple as it sounds. Your best there is to either spot dodge that grab or just maybe roll out of it. Just getting grabbed there was kind of the real last move, so to speak, as once you're a Jigglypuff grabbed at 120-something%, that's pretty much going to be over for you. However, Tiny getting a pretty aggressive start early on, a great down air, able to farm a lot of damage. Tries to find that forward air, send Bakko into the stratosphere, but unfortunately no kills quite yet. Still 60% on board in the first 30 seconds of the matchup. Pretty good for a Jigglypuff.
Yeah, definitely. This is all great percent. All right, good keep away.
Yeah, I was going to say, great keep away coming out from Tiny pretty early on. Bakko trying to go a little bit for the camp, going to be committing that speed art, and then chooses kind of not to be able to utilize it as Tiny was camping off the side of the stage. 37-84, so a definite lead for Bakko, or excuse me, for Tiny here, because Shulk isn't very heavy, so Bakko may be in a pretty comfortable position to take out pretty soon here. The back air across stage isn't going to be able to do it, but I think we all saw how far he was thrown simply from a back air across stage, so it's definitely something to consider that could be taken out pretty much any moment.
Yeah, certainly. Now we see Tiny at 40%, pretty comfortable. I think at this point you can go for like a near trade off stage. Oof, nice swing.
Not gonna do it though. There goes for the Buster Sword now, trying to find any kind of value, but unfortunately not gonna be able to do so yet. Tiny's got him all the way up to 170, but Jigglypuff got to use one of those kill moves, able to do so. The back air is gonna be all it takes, and Tiny already looking very, very good here. I mean, only 56% with an entire stock lead.
All right. Ooh, the smash art. Let's see the counterplay to this. Okay, good. Drill. Fair. Whoa, okay.
A good call. Pretty much combo till it runs out so you can't get grabbed. I mean, that's one way to handle it.
Oh, no way. Please don't tell me.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was so gentle. That was so, like, that was such a wow. I don't even have words. I'm at a loss for words. That was something, Tiny. Nicely done. This could be a 3-stock. This could be a 3-stock. I'm just now realizing that.
That would be amazing if Tiny could get this 3-stock. It is going to be hard, though. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, psych. Sad. JV3 question mark?
JV?
Ooh. All right, no JV3 coming out either, but we see Tiny still that full stock lead, almost exactly a stock as 31-31 for just a moment there. And I think we're going to see Bakko never make that mistake again of falling off stage to kill with Puff that low, because we saw, obviously, it did not work out very well at all, and there's very few times that is going to work out in your favor when Jigglypuff is so floaty like that. Please rest. It's the last stop.
Rest
Do
now,
it.
rest
Yes,
now.
Let's go! It gets the kill! I'm so hyped. I love rests. That's all I wanted. And Tiny puts on quite a show, not with one, but with two very show-stoppy plays coming out there. Very flashy for the camera.
That was so sick.
That's going to take us all the way to stage 3 between the two of them, though. That's going to be huge because Tiny was able to win one and Bakko won the other. So now we're going to go all the way to stage 3, and I would bet quite a lot that it's going to be PS2. I'd be surprised to see anything else. I think Kalos is an option as well, so maybe I shouldn't bet too much, but
maybe Kalos.
Yeah, maybe Kalos. And on the bright side, this is going to be our first match of these two schools, of these 5 matchups that isn't a 2-0. So we saw Riley 2-0 ILO, we saw Dwizzar a 2-0 Soul Cake, and we saw Smeckledorf 2-0 Mr. Purple. But now we've gone 1-1 in Game 4 here, in Set 4, so I'm very excited to see. Kalos has been eliminated. I am so confident we're going to PS2, but you guys know the rules. If I make a prediction and it's wrong, everybody at home has to take a drink of water. I'll do it with you. I have my water bottle right next to me. So, how we stay hydrated around these parts. Also, check your posture, everybody, while I'm thinking about it, while I'm doing my usual plug. Check your posture, folks, because...
Good reminder.
Yeah, I like to remind everybody at home, because I always want to... Oh, let's go! Let's go! All right, so I always like to remind everybody at home, because I'm slouching all the time. So I want to remind you guys, check our posture, drink our water. I've got my water bottle right here, so definitely make sure everybody's drinking water. That's actually very cold. I recently refilled it, so I'm very excited to drink that water. But now, I'm very excited because Tiny, I think, is going to come out on Jigglypuff again. Is this going to force Bakko to play that Pyramithra, or are they going to stick to Shulk because of Game 3? It's going to be that Shulk again, going up against that Jigglypuff, and I'm stoked. I really feel like this could go either way with what we've seen so far.
Alright, so PS2, I don't know how to gauge this matchup specifically on this stage. I would imagine that it's just comfortable for the both of them. I think they're just coming to an agreement and saying, hey, you know what, like let's use the standard stage, let's just use PS2. We get 2 plats, there's a decent amount of space for both of us. We'll see who's more comfortable.
Yeah, we'll definitely see who's more comfortable. And you could, of course, make a joke about Tiny having the home field advantage because Pokemon, but realistically, I don't think Jigglypuff has any kind of insane advantage here on Pokemon Stadium 2. I think she can recover under the map like she did on FD earlier, but I'm not sure if that's an option in this current matchup. Looks like Bakko's going to be caught underneath the backslash, throwing Tiny into the Blast Dome and not quite confirming the elimination yet. Going to go for that down air on ledge, just constantly trying to guard it, trying to find anything out of those invincibility frames, and not going to be able to anytime soon. A couple of forward airs, but forward smash is going to be the one to fire that nail into the coffin. Tiny losing that first stock pretty early on here, really going to have to farm for this first one.
Yeah, certainly. And we're gonna see, okay, good back air. From what I can tell, Tiny is starting to get a gauge of when to go for those dares. Apparently the dare has a little bit of an RNG effect to it. It's a little hard to execute. But once you kind of have some consistency, you can do a lot of drag down dare into F throw, sometimes even rest if you're very, very saucy. So I hope to see more of that. I think it's great.
Absolutely. And we see Bakko might lose. No, still not going to lose that first stock. And able to take Tiny's second stock. Oh, no. Oh, no. God. Wow. Just we unintentionally just gave Tiny a moment of silence there for that. Just nasty stock from Bakko. That was... great reaction time, a phenomenal read, and Tiny all of a sudden in a 3-1 deficit.
I was not expecting that at all whatsoever. I didn't even know it could kill that early.
Yeah, that was something.
Good dash attack. Alright, good pummels to like kind of just wait out the shield art. Not quite gonna help. Oh, this is scary.
Yeah, this is getting... Oh, it's the 3 stock, the 200% 3 stock coming out from Bakko there. That's going to be an additional 4 points to the points they already have. And then I believe they get another 2 points for winning. So that is... I'm not sure of that, but either way, that's a 3 stock coming out from Bakko. So that is... that is going to be rough. All of a sudden, we saw Quinnipiac at a mild deficit, but that 3 stock, that's going to help bring things back like crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. I know.
It's really going to come down to the 5th matchup, actually.
True. I think Bakko's really popping off for that one. I think once Bakko got the counter kill, it was just like, okay, all I have to do is just use my arts at the right time. Like, just don't die off stage. Don't get too vulnerable. And then when the right opportunity comes where Tiny's in disadvantage, smash art and then take advantage of that full rage.